All right, let's get started. Our clock is a little late, so I've been told it's 6:30, so we need to get going. So to begin with, we will do our invocation and then our pledge. If Commissioner Wilson would lead us in our invocation, please.
Let's pray. Dear Father, thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for all the blessings you've given us, Lord. Thank you for the beautiful weather you give us, Lord. Just be with us as we make decisions for this county and help each and every one of these citizens of this county and help us everything we do and say tonight glorify you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Commissioner Askew, will you lead us in our pledge? Thank you.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, we are in session. This is the Board of Commissioners for Walker County, the March 5th, 2026 meeting. And the new time is 6:30 has thrown me completely off, so I'm a little off my game, so I'll catch up in just a minute. But welcome, thank you for being here. We will ask the clerk to establish a quorum, please.
Commissioner Blakemore. Present. Commissioner Askew.
Here.
Chairwoman King.
Here.
Commissioner Hart.
Here.
Commissioner Wilson.
Here.
Next, may I have a motion from the board to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Is there any discussion about the agenda?
No, ma'am.
All right, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, so motion to approve the agenda is passed. Next is the motion, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting, which was February 5th of 2026. Can I have a motion for that, please? Thank you, Mr. Blakemore. Is there a second?
second.
Thank you, Mr. Askew. Is there any discussion about those minutes? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, those pass as well, thank you. Next, I'll take 2.5 minutes. My comments get shorter and shorter every time because we are doing much better with our information. So, as I see our board meetings evolving and becoming more informative, I also see my message evolving to better reflect the level of responsibility that I hold. I hope this gives you a clear understanding of what I remain focused on each day as we continue working to improve our county. In the past, there were limited reasons for the residents to feel pride in our county, how it looked and how it operated. Today, we are working hard to restore dignity and pride in our county government and in the services we provide. What the public is seeing now is a county that is operating more smoothly and more efficiently. None of us are perfect, and there will always be hurdles to overcome. However, with the right mindset, doing the right thing in the right way, we will overcome and outperform the old ways of doing things. We are demonstrating to the public and to our business partners that we are serious about making positive changes across the county. My commitment is evident in the work that we have already done. Reducing waste, increasing revenue, upgrading technologies, improving office spaces, filling open positions, and addressing problems that went unresolved for years for both residents and employees. All of these actions are focused on a long-term goal, sustainability. County government must be able to sustain the rising costs of products we rely on to perform our work, as well as the increasing costs from the contractors we partner with. We must also be prepared to withstand unknown variables that are certain to arise in the future. For that reason, economic sustainability should not simply be treated as a priority, because priorities can change as leadership changes. Instead, sustainability must become a condition that goes built into the structure of how we operate. When we design a sustainable condition, it cannot be easily undone or weakened over time. Change is rarely comfortable, but it is necessary, and it will happen whether we welcome it or not. What matters most is how we respond to it. How our ability to adapt and respond responsibly is what allows us to build sustainability. And that is my message to you today. Thank you. Now we'll have the financial report from our CFO, Christian Roach.
Thank you. Good evening, commissioners and citizens. Tonight's presentation is going to be a little bit longer. I have the preliminary audit numbers from the fiscal year 2025. So I'm going to go over those. I'm also going to cover the T-Splost and Splost reports that I will be posting to the public. So I wanted to give you all those numbers ahead of time. So for fiscal year 26, for December, our target is about 25%. Our year-to-date revenue is 14.06 million, which is 37% of expectation, and then 8.7 million for expenditures, which is about 23.54% of yearly expectation, and we are still under our target. So we're doing pretty good on budget. For December, we also have the T-Splost and Splost reports for 2020 Splost. That cycle will end September 30th of 2026. We have to date collected, as of December 2025, 29.5 million, and our expenditures have been 25.3 million as of December. On T-Splost, our revenue has been 15.9 million, and we have expended 19.2 million. The general fund has kicked in a little bit extra to fund those road projects that we have. So we've been pushing T-Splost. So, and then if y'all want to, y'all can stop me at any time for questions. And then for fiscal year 2025, our general fund, the revenue was 36.8 million. Our expenditures were 35.3 million. With the transfers in and out, we had a net loss of 688,000. Our fund balance is still above 24 million, and our cash in the bank is over 18 million as of September 30th, 2025.
Okay.
On the transfers out, this is what the general fund is funding throughout the 25 fiscal year. So almost 500,000 went to 911. $1.1 million was used of general fund money to the fire and rescue. The transit department was 622,000. The multi-grant fund, so that's going to be the matches we have for some of our grants. And then the capital projects grant, those are for like ARPA and a few other things that are finishing up, like Adventure Acres. And then we had a $58,000 transfer to cover some fire department expenditures that were a little delayed. So, and then Mountain Cove was funded $539 by the general fund this year. So the major funds have pulled them into a chart to show kind of how we've invested in those with throughout the year. 911, it was a $500,000 investment. That was their position. That's their net loss throughout the fiscal year. So those departments are supposed to run with the help of the general fund. So also the fire and rescue was a loss of 1.2 million. And then the transportation was a loss of 641. That's why we were making those big transfers from the general fund. The landfill overall lost $36,000 throughout the whole year. And Mountain Cove lost $218,000, but that was due to a lot of investing in the property, bringing it back up to par, and really putting in money into the cove. And so today I'm going to be bringing a budget amendment to y'all. It's one of the resolutions, so I thought I would try to cover it now. The reason we have to do a budget amendment is it is state law that we make sure our budget amendments actually match our appropriations. When they exceed it, we have to do an amendment. This just ensures that we are being transparent and we have control over local government spending. They do not indicate mismanagement. Rather, they ensure legal compliance and transparency. These are done every year. It's a routine thing. The last one we did was in April 3rd of 2025. So this is the budget amendment. I know this is a lot of data and a lot's very small, but the original budget is on the left-hand column for revenues, and the amendments are in the middle. The final budget's on the beside that, and so forth. For expenditures, it's the same way. For general fund, the budget originally was 34.6 million. For that fund, a lot of the fire transfers and stuff were not budgeted, so that's why we had to make a budget amendment. This year's budget, we didn't include those when we were preparing the fiscal year 26 budget. So this is more on par with what it costs to run this county, and I believe that it was a little under budgeted last year. So that's why we're having to make these amendments. For the expenditures, the budget was originally 34.8 before this budget amendment, and the final budget is 37.8 after this budget amendment. 911's increased by 165,000. Fire and rescue, the budget's increased by 793,000. The ARPA and capital grants, that I believe was just copied over from the prior year. So it was budgeted improperly, in my opinion. So we had to reduce that by 13 million because that was, it just needed to be changed. And then the development authority, it was an amendment of 424,000. The special courts, which is the drug and mental health court, was amended by 194,000. And then the multi-grant, I'm asking for an amendment of 968,000, and that's our matches. So, and we received a few more grants than we expected this year. So, All right. Do y'all have any questions for me on these financials? I know I covered a lot of data.
I do on the T-Splosh. I don't know if you're joking back after that T-Splosh slide, but so how do I get to it there? So we've spent roughly $4 million more than we've taken in on that, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Does that impact the monies that we have for our paving projects this year?
So we will still fund the paving projects. The 70 miles, in my opinion, was a little, it was forward thinking. We were trying to, get a lot of these roads paved that needed to be paved. So I think that the allocation is needed, but the revenue will catch up and it will be able to fund these projects. We're just fronting it a little bit.
Okay, so the T-Splosh funds are projected to catch up to our goal. Okay.
Yeah, see, the cycle runs until 2029, so we have enough time to catch up, get the roads paved that need to be paved.
So we had to pay more out on the front end. Say they paid 40 miles and get 30 this year, and we paid more for the 40 than 30. That's why it's going to catch up.
Yeah,
correct?
so we will. I don't know the exact mileage.
No,
Carlin
yeah,
would know
no.
that, but yeah, it's pretty much we're fronting those roads that need to be repaired now, and the general funds.
Yeah, so when we do our budget meetings, we'll talk about how many miles you guys want to pave next year. It probably won't be 70.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That answered my question. Thank
Of course, yep. Any other?
So what's the total 25 budget amendment?
Sorry, 1 second. So it's a overall decrease in the budget due to the ARPA, but the general fund is really the one that we focus on, and that's an increase of 2.5 for revenue and a increase of 3 million for expenditures.
So is that 5.5 million coming out of the general fund?
No.
No.
What that is we are using 680,000 out of fund balance to fund the year because we had extra expenditures that the board voted on, like the insurance, or not insurance, the retirement,
Right.
bringing it back and stuff like that. So those were, when those were discussed, they were talked about coming out of fund balance. So this is that.
Okay.
And if I can add, and you correct me if I'm saying this wrong, but when we're talking about revenues, we look at a trend, like what do we think is going to happen to that? So that's where that adjustment comes in too. Is that right?
Yes.
Brian,
And
did you
things have
something
been
else?
trending better, so we're getting more revenue than we anticipated.
So it looked to me 2.5 is the revenue trend and 3 is going to be the expense. So they're about even. So it really is a wash.
Okay.
But you got to make the numbers
Right.
public. So yeah. Anything else for Christian?
No, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Do we have committee reports? Department reports? Nope. Okay. So we'll move on to, we don't have a presentation either, right? Okay. So we'll move on to public hearing. And this is where folks are welcome to come to the podium and address the board. They will have 12 minutes for each. The people that are in favor and the people that are in opposition, total of 12 minutes for each side. I will first call, see if William or Christy White are here, would like to talk about their request for a partial rezone. I will read what you are here to say, and then you can address the board. You were requesting a partial rezone from C1 Commercial to RA Residential Agriculture for property located at 0 South Highway 27, Tryon, Georgia, 30753. Tax map and parcel number 0-486-026A. You have the floor. Tell us who you are.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, I'm Christy White. We are wanting to rezone 8.86 acres at the northeast corner of Halls Valley Road. So the drive will actually come in off of Halls Valley, not 27, and it'll be for one single-family residence.
Okay. All right. Does the board have any questions for Ms. White? Mrs. White?
And the total tract there is 59 acres, right?
58.58.
58.
Anything else? Okay, thank you very much for being here tonight. So they will make the decision after we hear all the hearing items, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm sorry? Okay, I'm gonna ask that. I was just gonna give her a minute to sit down. All right, so is there anyone in the audience that is in opposition of this request and would like to speak? No? All right, we'll move to the next one, which is Cora Sue Burse. Is Mrs. Burse here? Hello.
That's it right there.
You request a rezone from A1 to RA for property located at 0 South Dix Creek Road, Lafayette, Georgia, 30728. Tax map and parcel number 0-555-003. First, tell us your whole name just for the record.
Cora Sue Burse.
Thank you.
I asked for I think I have 6.2 acres left with nothing on it. I would like for all of that to be RA from agriculture, from the farmland, if that's okay.
Does the board have any questions for Ms. Burse?
Are there any houses on that 6 acres now?
Not on the 6 acres, no.
Okay. But it would be east of it, there is a house, and the drive runs through that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That was my only question.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? All right, thank you for being here tonight. The next is Joel Nix. Oh, I'm sorry. Is anyone here in opposition of Mrs. Burse's request? No? All right, so now I'll call for Joel Nix, if you are here. Thank you. He requested partial rezone from A1 agriculture to RA residential agriculture for property located at 430 West Rogers Road, Lafayette, Georgia, 30728. Tax map and parcel number 0-483-046. Tell us your name, please.
Joel Nix.
Hello.
Hey, I just want to, I guess if you're standing on West Rogers Road facing my property, it'd be the front right corner. I just want to take an acre out there. I think it would have like 100 and something foot of road frontage, 150.
Okay. Does the board have any questions for Mr. Nix?
What is, you want to divide off of 9.6 acres?
That's correct, yes, sir.
For
A future home.
future home?
Okay, Mr. Nix, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience in opposition of Mr. Nix's request? Okay. Then the last one on our list is Jay Brooks. And Mr. Brooks is requesting a variance to divide off less than 5 acres in an A1 zone for property located at 1468 West Highway 136, Rising Fawn, Georgia, 30738. Tax map and parcel number 0-229-020B. Tell us your name, please.
My name's Jay Brooks. There is a typo on there. It is 14168, Highway 136.
146.
14168.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And I'm requesting a variance to cut off less than 5 acres. I've got 2 daughters who want to build a home, one who's in the process of constructing right now. So I'd like to cut off 2 1-acre lots for them to construct a home on.
Okay. Does the board have any questions for Mr. Brooks? No? Okay, thank you, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience in opposition of Mr. Brooks's request? Then we have permanently adopted the procedure used at the last meeting in which the board decides, or their decision occurs immediately following this public hearing. So we will move directly into your decision-making session. So the first one is back to William and Christy White. What is the board's pleasure here?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Is there any discussion about this motion? No? All in favor then say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right. The Whites have approval. Next is Mrs. Cora Sue Burrs. What does the board think about this one? Any
Motion to approve.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second motion to approve? All right. Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
So this particular rezone is not in compliance with our comprehensive plan. It is, if I get to it right here, it is in an agriculture area. The comp plan shows ag forestry. This allows residents, but to limit new developments. And if you look at the drawing, just south of this property is a poultry house. It's got 6 poultry houses on it, and they're in the process of adding 2 more to it. So from the corner of the poultry house on the north end to Miss Burse's property line is 206 feet. So if we do rezone this, what we'd be doing, we could add 4 houses on this 6.2 acres within 200 feet of this poultry operation. So for that reason, I'll be voting against it.
Is there any other discussion about that?
May I ask a question?
Sure, we'll let you.
There is there's my acreage, and to the right of my acreage is another 11 point so many acreage.
That's correct. Between your acreage and the poultry house, there is another strip of property. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So why can we not have ours what is it?
Can we do it ag, residential instead of just straight residential?
That's what you are asking for. You are asking for an RA, which is residential in our, that's it.
We're gonna do 3 acres, we're gonna do 3 acres of it, and the other 3 acres, it's not good for anything else anyway. It's got water standing on it, so the high end of it is all that you're gonna be able to build on it anyway, so it's only gonna be able to get maybe 2 houses on it. My daughter's the only one that's probably gonna build on it anyway. Right now.
So it's your family's gonna live there?
It's my daughter.
Brian, question, what is the new setback on the poultry from property line?
200 feet.
So is it closer than 200 feet to their property line there
It's
now?
206 feet from the corner of the poultry house to the south property line of that property, yes. And then there's property in
But that's what I'm
between.
saying, it's closer than 200 feet here, so it don't even match the,
It's 200
ordinance.
feet from here.
yeah, but you
here.
got this set of property here, that's what
Right.
she's saying.
Yeah, that property is even closer. That's
Right,
correct.
that's what I'm saying, so you,
Well, we have 2 approvals, and then we have,
well, that's just, I was just trying to find out I mean, it's not gonna meet the new setbacks anyway, but they can't add a house closer to the property line, they've gotta go away from that anyway if they add 2 more.
They can because this was built prior to our changing the setbacks.
But if the other 2 wasn't approved on their first original drawing, that they've got the 2 new houses have to follow the new setback
Oh,
rules,
yes,
correct?
but the 2 new houses will be south of there.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
they-
what
no,
I'm
they wouldn't
saying.
be in
There's
there,
nothing
no.
going closer to that property
No,
line
that-
with the
that's-
property
that
in
is
between
correct.
it.
That is correct.
Okay, that's what I couldn't remember what that setback was. I knew they redo
Explain,
that.
please.
we're fixing to vote, and you'll get your answer in just a second, so. So we have 2 motions to approve, and thank you for your comments, Mr. Hart. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, that means you are approved to do what you wanted to do. Okay, the next one is for Joel Nix. What is the pleasure of the board for this one? Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, Mr. Nix is approved as well. And the last one is Mr. Brooks. What does the board want to do here? And is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion about this one? Jean, you look like you're gonna.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, that one is approved also. And the benefit to you guys for us doing it this way is that you can leave now if you want to. Or you can stay if you'd like. All right, we'll move on to public comment now. Is there anyone that would like to take 5 minutes and address the Board of Commissioners? You're welcome to come forward. And when you come up, please state your name clearly so the clerk can record it. Thank you.
My name is Ginger Barkham.
Ginger Barker,
Barkham,
Barkham. Okay, thank you.
thank you. I'm here to bring your attention to a failure by the Planning and Codes Enforcement Department to enforce the safety provisions of Ordinance 0-02-21 at 444 East Long Hollow Road. The staff has refused to act on a reported violation regarding a private drive that is 510 feet long, serves 2 existing homes, and is currently providing access for the construction of a third home. Despite the clear language of the 2021 ordinance, the actual land development and regulations, and the Georgia State Minimum Fire Safety Standards, Appendix D, stating that a drive exceeding 500 feet in length requires a minimum width of 26 foot and a compliant turnaround such as a 120-foot hammerhead or a 96-foot cul-de-sac to ensure emergency vehicle access and safety. They have used the grandfathered-in excuse and exempt it from the current safety standards. Under Georgia law, grandfathered-in status does not grant a property owner the right to expand or intensify that use. The construction of a third home is a new development, and that must comply with the Land Development Code. There is no language in this ordinance 0-02-21 that waives these requirements for new construction on old drives. Allowing a third home to proceed without the safety improvements will create an immediate hazard. This is not just a technicality, it is also a critical safety issue. By allowing a non-compliant plat to move forward, the county would be assuming unnecessary risk. If a fire truck is damaged or an ambulance is delayed due to the drive the county knew was non-compliant, the liability falls back on the local government. This land should be exempt from any variance due to the historical division of the property, creating a self-inflicted hardship. I'm requesting that the board direct the planning director to issue a stop work order on the third residence until the access drive is brought into compliance with the safety standards you enacted in 2021. If the county refuses enforcement, I am prepared to seek a writ of mandamus through the Superior Court to compel the performance and maintenance of these mandatory duties.
You're in District 2, is that right?
3.
You're in 3, okay. Mr. Hart, do you know about?
Yeah, so I've talked to Ginger today. I've talked to John today. I have emailed with Christy today. John couldn't be here tonight. He had something come up with his family. But John feels that we can issue this permit based on the information that he has. So with the information that Ginger has presented to us tonight, Alex, could you get with John tomorrow?
Will you tell me the address?
I will.
I missed that, I'm
It's
sorry.
on East,
I'm sorry, 444 East Long Hollow is the new residence.
and could you discuss that with John and share Ginger's concerns, and you probably all three need to get together because it is a lot of information.
Yeah.
John is a very good employee of ours, and I have confidence in him, but I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I would ask our council to look into it and verify her concerns.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the board? Please come forward.
And John knows about it, so we ask him. Yeah.
Anyone?
I think so.
Okay. Then we will move on to the consent agenda portion of our meeting. There are 2 items on here, and most probably everybody knows, but I'll say this anyway, just to clarify. The Board of Commissioners sets policies for the county government. My job is to make sure that the language is relevant, up to date, and follows the Department of Labor standards. So these two policies had small little tweaks, and I think we've explained that to most of the board, if not everybody has found out what we changed, and is mainly just making them more accurate. So I will ask for a motion to approve these two items, and then we can discuss them if we need to. Well, it's consent, really, we really don't discuss them, that's the point, so, but I don't mind if we want to.
No, I'm good.
May I have approval from the board, a motion to approve? Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, we will then, if y'all have any questions afterwards, we'll cover it. The motion passes to approve both of these. Thank you. Then we'll move on to new business. The first one is Resolution I'm sorry?
We didn't vote.
Oh, why would you want to vote on that? I apologize. So,
We had a motion and a second.
I know, I think by not discussing it, it's throwing me off. All right, all in favor to approve these two policy changes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Thank you. Okay, it now is approved. Thank y'all. Now we'll move on to new business. Resolution R-020-26 to approve budget amendments for fiscal year 2025. And Christian did speak about that, but he is willing to answer questions if y'all thought of anything since he sat down.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Is there any discussion or questions for Christian? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, that is approved. So Christian will be busy tomorrow. The second one is Resolution R-021-26 to award a contract to WLA Studios for the Historic Resource Survey for Walker County Phase 2 in the amount of $37,542. Do I have a motion on that item, please?
Motion to approve.
Is it a first and a second?
Motion to approve.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
No, ma'am.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And we'll move on to the third one, Resolution R-022-26 to award a contract to Hasbun Construction LLC for the Ivy Street Culvert Replacement in the amount of $420,163.91. And this will be funded through T-Splosh. I don't think, is Carlin here by chance? Hey, okay, just, I want to make sure that if they had questions, you were here. So do I have a motion from the board on this one? Okay, is there a second motion to approve? Okay, thank you. Is there any discussion or questions about this item? This street has been needing repair for probably 2 decades. So I personally am excited to get it ready, get it fixed.
Yeah, just to note, there were 3 bids, and this was the low bid, and so looking forward to working with them.
Thank you.
And you said it's coming out of the,
T-Splosh, yeah,
T-Splosh.
because we do feel like it will catch up to itself
yeah.
over the next 3 years, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve first and second. Is there any further discussion?
No, ma'am.
All right, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, this one passes too. Moving down to Resolution R-023-26 to award a contract to HL Construction for repairs to the Walker County Fleet and Public Works Facility for $50,408. Funding will come from the 2020 SPLOST. This is another one of our buildings that has been neglected for a long, long time. So again, we're excited about getting this done.
There's 3 bids on it too.
Is there a motion from the board on this item?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. What discussion, if any?
So the T-Splosh is coming out of 2020.
Not T-Splosh, just Splosh.
Which line item?
This is SPLOST, not
This will
T-SPLOST.
come out of the building repairs, out of the 2020 SPOS.
I'm at Splosh.
That's
I'm sorry.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
2020 Splosh, out of the 4.1 line? Okay. All right. That
Yeah,
was my
because
question.
SPLOST is also expected to outperform. And this,
Correct.
actually, just for note, this is the last government building that is on the list to remodel.
Mhm.
At least for my list, anyway.
Well, off of that line item.
Yeah,
We still have the ag bill.
yes,
Right,
that's a
yes,
different line
yes,
item, yes.
Right, okay. Very good.
So we have two motions. Any other discussion?
No, ma'am.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Thank you, gentlemen. And that was the lowest bid, by the way.
Yes, ma'am.
The next one is Resolution R-024-26 to award a contract to D'Angela Contracting for the right-of-way weed control in the amount of $39,008.70. There were 8 bids. 6 of them were from out of state and ranged from $1.5 million to $39,000. The last one, the lowest one was chosen. Is Bobby here? I'd like to have Bobby come up. Bobby, come up for just a second, please. Since there were so many bids, I'd like to have you explain how you went through your process to choose the one you did, please.
I went through and read what they all sent in with the applications that they sent, because we had guidelines for all of them to go by. They had to have herbicide license, they had to be licensed here in Georgia. And we also requested references for previous jobs that they have did. And I went back and looked through all of that, and this D'Angelo, they had a lot of recommendation from DOT that they did work for DOT over the years. And I've got the copies of it. I believe all y'all have got the copies of it too. But they had been, they sent references from them DOT offices to us, and on all of them that I've got here, it's either exceptional service that they had gave them over the years, or met expectations on all of them that I've got that they've marked. It's either exceptional or met expectations that they were hired to do. And there's numerous of them. There's more that I got on their background than in any of the others. And the only other one that would even be close to being there is the other one that's up around 90,000. But I don't see the sense in paying another 50,000 when we can get the same service for 40,000.
Yeah, this one is a lot lower. It just gives me concern. But
Well,
see.
they're nationwide. I've went online and researched them also. They do guardrail building. They do.
So they're from Hazleton, Pennsylvania, so they do have Georgia license, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
We've got a copy of it in our pamphlet that they sent back. They're all the way down to Florida doing jobs. They have 750 employees, I think is what I've seen listed in here. And I've seen that they've got a list of trucks that they use, and they also do like DOT. They have the blocker truck behind their spray truck when they're doing, so nobody don't run into them. And there's like 70 of them of each that I've seen listed here. So I'm sure they're going to send more than one truck down here to do this, to be able to do it in a timely manner.
And they're doing 3 sprays, is that right?
3 sprays a year, yes.
So almost 1,500 miles. Yeah.
Yeah, without, because it's 400 and something miles.
486 times 3.
Yeah, 486 per run, yes.
And did our RFP say anything about no changes in when they get started, they can't change it? They have to do what the.
Yeah, that's in our contract, that if they don't meet what we've required, that they gotta pay penalties to us for not meeting what they're supposed to do, and that was for each and every one of them that bidded.
So they can't come back and do change orders, is what I'm asking. Okay.
No.
Anybody got anything else for Bobby?
No, I think we should try it. I think we've discussed this for numerous years since the board came in effect, and they'll start in April, correct?
Yes,
The funding for this is, we thought it was gonna be a lot more. The 39,000 would come from
General fund.
general fund. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. I'm looking forward to trying it. And I guess you'll have somebody working very closely with them, especially the first round, Bobby?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll volunteer. They can start in Villa now. on the Johnson grass.
And on one of the, companies that they work with, the recommendation they sent, they also did an additional comment down there. There's a couple more in here like that too, but it says the communication they have with us on daily logs is just extraordinary. They go over and beyond the greatest people that they've ever worked with. And there's 2 or 3 of them in here that put notations on there saying stuff like that.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that thorough review. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
So, Mr. Hart, do I assume that was a motion to approve?
That was a motion to approve, yes, ma'am.
Do I
I'm
have a
excited.
second? Thank you. Is there any other discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, I believe this is our last one. Resolution R-025-26 to approve a memorandum of understanding regarding disposition of certain real property located in Rossville, Georgia. And I want to clarify something. There was some question about what we had put on our website for the public. And I want to assure everybody that there was no open meetings laws that were violated by us changing that. I verified that with our council today. Mr. Ken Gerard said that as long as the item on the agenda does not change, the wording on the agenda is fine. And because we are not required by law to provide backup documentation to the public, we can change that documentation up to the day of the meeting. So that's why it's not a violation of the Open Meetings Act. So with that, I will ask the board, what's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Any discussion about what this is or what we're doing? Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
I will explain it.
All right.
There is, the property is being conveyed to the Joint Economic Development Authority, due to some, conflicts. And we are trying to make the best decision for this county and to keep local businesses in this county to bring more jobs, revenue, because if a certain employer of this county, they may be leaving. And I promise you, this employer is going to do things that's going to enhance Walker County. So we have gotten the Joint Development Authority along with approval and legal documentation that this is legal and everything's going to go through. And when everything is finalized, we will have more details because that's not all finalized. But it is trying to keep a current employer and local business that has been in this county for many years here in North Georgia. Because if things don't go the way they need them to, they're leaving. And we don't want that to happen.
And Rossville desperately needs
Yes,
business to
Rossville
grow.
don't need to lose any more businesses. They don't.
And that's not just one business, that's 2 different businesses.
Yeah, there's 2 businesses that are looking to leave if things don't happen, and we're trying to help Rossville and Walker County, which will save the jobs and the revenue. Because certain business, most people know because they've called me about it, but people don't understand the high executive ranking officials in certain companies in the U.S. that have been to your North Georgia town. Okay, and they have some big plans for Walker County, and when they get that done, everybody will get to know about it. So I
Thank you.
appreciate everybody's concern, but I promise you, we're not making decisions trying to get anything out of it. We're trying to better this county. Every decision is made. I told somebody that today. I promise you, I'm not trying to make a decision that's not better in this county or the city or any place in this county.
It goes back to what I said earlier, sustainability.
Yes.
We got to get these properties back on the tax map.
Yes, I would like to add to Gene's comments and yours too, Madam Chair. I had a conversation with a gentleman today, and I believe that we counted up that for at least, somewhere between 15 and 20 years, these properties have been sitting there that the county, that we've been maintaining, and they've not been on the tax roll, and they've not been doing us any good at all either. So it's high time that we were able to put them to some good use, and we were just very fortunate that we've had some local businesses that were willing to be interested. So thanks for all the hard work on that as well.
Yep. Okay, we'll move to commissioner comments if Mr. Blakemore would like to go
Vote.
first.
You vote?
Oh, I just
Vote.
want to move right on, aren't I? Sorry. So, all right, so we have two motions to approve. Is there any further discussion?
No.
Okay, thank you for that explanation, Mr. Wilson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right, thank you. Now we'll move into commissioner comments. Mr. Blakemore.
Just appreciate everybody coming out, getting involved in your government. If I can help, call, text, or email. Thank you.
Same thing. Thanks to all of our, excuse me, thanks to our, losing my voice. Thanks to our county employees, for all the hard work you do, staff, great job. And to the public for your participation here. Again, it always helps us to hear what your thoughts are and to try to align our work with the thoughts of the public. Thank you.
If I may before, let's not forget daylight saving time is this weekend.
Right,
Okay.
it is.
I'm glad our phone changed.
Go, Mr. Hart.
So we're finishing up work at the Ag Center. Chairwoman Teams has worked with us, and John Pursley's worked with us, and Sarah Kruger's worked with us, and many other people to get that facility built up there to improve that. That was from the 2020 SPLOST, not P-SPLOST. And then we're gonna start work soon on the, I call it the Joe Dana building, primary healthcare building.
Okay.
Chairwoman Teams and I talked about that the other day, where John Pursley and I met there. We got a scope of work developed on that. We're starting on that, so we're looking forward to getting that project completed, and we've got money in the SPLOST to do that, so we're excited about getting that done.
And I will reply to your email. I just didn't have time today.
I know you did.
Okay, thank you.
I know you will.
Mr. Wilson.
Gene?
A couple things I just want to update. I know there's been a lot of questions. The Adventure Acres project, it is nearing completion now. Hopefully, we will be setting a grand opening date pretty soon.
We are
It's-
going to
it's-
be setting a
yes,
grand opening
it's
date.
pretty soon.
Yes.
So it is moving forward. Some final things that's got to be taken care of and handled there. But Hinkle Fire Station, the construction's moving along. Most of the framing's done. They've started a little bit of sheetrock. So that is moving forward. Hopefully we'll get a completion date. Hopefully I can have something by next meeting. We'll get up there and get some information on that. Please remember our nation with all the stuff going on. It's a trying time across the world. Remember our service members. We appreciate them. Appreciate all the county employees, all our 911 dispatchers and first responders. Appreciate all y'all. Thank you.
Is there a need for executive session?
No.
All right, then I will adjourn us then. Thank you all very much.
I'm gonna show you something.